Empowered greetings, friend. It's Dr. Delatorro McNeal II, and I am so excited to create an opportunity for you through edutainment. Welcome to the Monetize Your Message Docu-Series. I wanted to create an experience where you could come along with me. Having done this for 22 years, over 4,000 documented paid presentations all over planet Earth, I get the same question everywhere I go. When I tell people that I'm a full-time speaker, people say, really? You do that for a living? And that's all you do? And it's always interesting and amazing to me. So I had an incredible client who invited us out to Nashville to be a part of their incredible franchise conference. And I said, this would be a great, great event to actually capture a day in the life of Dr. Delatorro and what it is that we do to prepare for, execute on, and process post-event a full keynote experience, a full training experience from start to finish. So that's what we've put together for you all. So we're literally taking you behind the scenes so you can see before, during, and after of us preparing for an event, executing the event, and then finishing the event, getting the feedback from the client, getting a chance to tour the city. And you're going to be a part of everything besides me sleeping and using the restroom. You're literally going to see everything in this incredible docu-series. And so I'm so grateful to Soundville Studios for the great work and job that they did. So grateful to our incredible client, Renew, for the wonderful opportunity and the permission to be able to use their event for us to film this docu-series. And I am really, really excited about what you're going to be exposed to in this docu-series as you learn how to really take your message, the gift, the talent, the ability, the skill, and the content that God has given you as a communicator and deliver it to a client in such a uniquely powerful way that it allows you to be able to monetize your message in so many different ways and leave the planet better than the way you found it. So get your pen and paper out. You're going to need it. You're going to take a lot of notes as you watch this docu-series, because not only are you seeing the footage of what happens behind the scenes, but multiple times throughout this documentary, I pause and I actually teach you what we're doing. And so, I mean, there's got to be over 50 different learning points over the 3 episodes of this docu-series, and we cannot wait to share it with you. And during this docu-series, if you watch this and you say, man, I would love for Dr. Delatorro to mentor me, I'd love to be a part of his inner circle, then you'll see all types of opportunities to reach out to us, to connect with us, to join one of our upcoming challenges, or to reach out to our office to figure out how you can be mentored by us to take your gift, talent, ability, and skill and develop it through the power of public speaking and presentation. So welcome to the Monetize Your Message 3-part docu-series. We cannot wait to edutain you and take you to the next level. Let's do it together. What up, baby? Listen, we made it to Nashville safe. It's about to be going down. I'm excited. We're here to keynote for an incredible organization called Renew. And it's going to be an incredible time. It's going to be powerful, transformational. So I want you to come along with us for this incredible journey. We've landed safe. We've made it safe. Me and my team are here. We're getting ready to rock out, impact the lives of an incredible corporation. It's going to be transformational. I get to do 2 of my favorite programs ever. And we're going to take you along for this incredible journey. So let's get it. So one of the things that most people don't understand is that one of the keys to success in speaking is being easy to work with and being a pleasure to work with. If you really want to explode as a speaker and become more well-known and more well-respected, be easy easy to work with. Make sure that your client knows that you care about them and that you care about their objectives. I wanted to make sure that I got in town in plenty enough time so they didn't have to stress about me showing up late or showing up just in time for the event. Also wanted to make sure that once I got here, I had enough team to support the programs that we were offering. And listen, your job of getting on stage, that's really the easy part. I've been working with this client behind the scenes for the last 3 months. So the key to success in getting rebooked as a speaker is not just what you do on stage. That's a big part of it. But another huge part of it is the customer service that you offer that customer and that client the weeks and months leading up to your engagement. That's where the magic really happens. One of the primary questions I get asked all the time is, what do I think about as I'm preparing to go to a keynote speech or a presentation? And so, like, now that I've landed, I've already texted the client to let the client know that I'm on the way. I've already contacted my team to let them know we've landed safely. I've checked in with my family, let everybody know that cares about me that we've made it safely. You know, my mom passed away 9 years ago, and one of the things that she used to always tell me was that, she said, baby, never catch amnesia on the Lord. She said, always give God thanks when your plane lands, no matter where you are. And, you know, even into my 30s, you know, before my mom passed, she used to always, when I would call her, let her know I landed somewhere safe, she would always just let out a thank you, Jesus. That was just her thing, right? So I always give God thanks for a flight landing safely. So quick flight, one of the things that I say all the time is that your flight is longer than your speech, literally, right? And so the time it took to get packed, get to the airport, fly on the plane, and actually get to the venue, that takes longer than your actual on-stage presentation. So if you really want to be effective as a speaker and you really want to be influential as a speaker, you got to learn how to be transformational and impactful in a short amount of time, because whether it's an hour or 2 hours, or in this case, I'm actually giving a 4-hour presentation to a client. They've booked me from 9 till 1 in the afternoon. So I'm doing a team building, relationship building, experiential program for the first 2 hours, giving them a 15-minute break. And then I'm going to be doing an experiential keynote called Shift into a Higher Gear, as well as, it's kind of gumbo, that and a little bit of performance beyond gold. We're going to melt in there as well for the client. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm pumped. I'm excited. But as I'm heading to the venue, I'm thinking about the ballroom. I've already seen photos of the ballroom. I asked my clients for everything that the attendees are going to have. So I want to see what that conference booklet looks like before I even get to the venue. The reason why that's so important is because 9 times out of 10, no matter how many times I've talked to the client, there's stuff in the conference booklet that they didn't tell me about, right? So I love to see the conference booklet, to see who the other speakers are, see who the other presenters are, what the breakout sessions are about. It helps inform my talk. It helps inform the experience. So those are the things that I think about as I'm preparing and as I'm in transit to the hotel, the venue. The good thing is that today is a travel day. Tomorrow is the actual full-blown presentation. So me and my team are going to get a scope of the lay of the land, connect with the client for a little bit, go out and enjoy Nashville for a little bit, and then get some really, really good rest, so that way we can be at our fullest level of energy to hold space for over 300 franchisees from all over the world tomorrow for this incredible presentation. I'm excited for this corporation that we're getting a chance to impact, and the impact that we're going to have on all these entrepreneurs who run their own franchises all across the world too. So it's going to be powerful. Stay tuned. Made it to the Renaissance, baby. Let's go.
nice room ready. I can chill, get some work done. You know, pull this up right here, pull up my laptop, relax. Let's see what kind of view we got. Wow. Beautiful view overlooking the city. I'm pumped, y'all. I'm stoked. I'm excited. First thing I do when I get into a hotel, put all my stuff down, take a breather. Sometimes I just take a 20-30 minute nap, and I love to take a shower to rinse off just the germs, the flight, the closeness to other people, all of it. I like to wash all that off, and then I go down and lay my eyes on the space where the event's gonna take place. So we're gonna take you guys with us on this entire journey, but I'm excited about it, I'm pumped. This hotel is literally 1 block away from Broadway Street, which is where all the action happened. So I'm looking forward to walking down there and having a good time, relaxing. One of the things I love about being a keynote speaker is that the delivery time is not that long. So I'm here for 2.5 days, but I deliver for about 4 to 5 hours. And this is a longer time. Sometimes my keynotes are only an hour, sometimes even 45 minutes. You have the whole rest of the day to kind of enjoy the city. So you're gonna watch us experience that as we go on the rest of this incredible series together. So stay tuned, come along with us, let's rock and roll. What's up, everybody? We are here at the ballroom, getting ready to do sound check for our incredible event that we got coming up tomorrow. So stoked about it. And sound check is so crucial because you want to make sure that all the stuff you've been planning for months actually goes off the way that you want it, right? So you got lighting elements to consider, staging elements to consider, sound, visual elements, team, music, ambiance. And so we're going over all those elements right now. And it's fun stuff, but this is the crucial stuff that you got to do to make sure it goes off well. What's going on, everybody? Listen, we are in full swing. We are doing our AV check right now and making sure that we have enough sound support on stage, making sure we have enough light support to cover me, right? Going back and forth with the team to make sure that everything is tight. And so we're gonna do this for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna go meet with the leaders, and then I'm gonna go to the reception. So people think you just come on, you fly into a city and you hop on stage and talk. No, there's a lot of pre-work that goes into making sure the actual keynote goes incredibly well. And making sure that you connect with the client and go to the opening reception for the conference is important. You get a chance to shake hands, hug necks, kiss babies, talk to the folks that are responsible for planning for months this event, right? And you want to honor them and respect them for all the time that they put into bringing you to their conference. So, but we got to do sound check first and make sure that everything's flyer. So,
what is that there? Necklace or something?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it's not hitting it. Yeah. Twisted. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm trying to flop over. Click on that shirt.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah, we'll see. What do you want this?
Thank you, friend. We're gonna bring this over here.
All right.
What number is that, Brian? One.
So here's the truth. When you got a strong AV team, you got a quality production company, sound check doesn't take a long time. You should be done with your sound check in 10 to 15 minutes. If you know what you're doing, if you prepared well, you prepared your slides, you put all of your music, anything that you want in your slides, you communicate in advance with the client, let them know what your AV needs are. By the time you show up on site, sound check should be a breeze. That's what this is all about. Building relationships with the folks that are responsible for making this happen for you in a big, big way. Let's get it. Now listen, I'll be the first one to admit, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of getting up early and going to the gym. That's something that I'm working on. But the reason why I do it is at the end of the day, we have to take care of ourselves. And it takes a tremendous amount of physical strength to carry an audience, to hold space for an audience, and to help people take their lives to the next level. So I always teach this in peak performance. Doesn't matter how you feel. Execute first and feel second. If you want to monetize your message, if you want to impact audiences, if you want to transform organizations, you got to start by transforming yourself. It starts with transforming your body, transforming how you feel about yourself. It ain't comfortable, but you got to get it done.
All right, y'all. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter. Get your movement time in. I think it's so important that you get the time in to take care of yourself, because you'll be able to bring a better version of yourself to your family, a better version of yourself to your job, your business, your career, a better version of yourself to your online brand. There's no way you can monetize. Listen, money can buy you a whole lot of things, but it cannot buy you optimum health. I want to teach you an important lesson while I'm still in my workout clothes that I think is really amazing. But first of all, in this venue, amazing, take a look at this space, y'all. We're here in Nashville at the Renaissance in downtown. One of the things that I love about monetizing my message, one of the things that I love about being a speaker, a full-time speaker, is you get a chance to visit some of the most beautiful, breathtaking places. And guess what, y'all? The client pays for you to come to events, share your message, share your story, impact their organization. And I get to go to amazing places and bring my team and all the other kind of, it's just incredible. Bring my family. Y'all, there are so many amazing fringe benefits to having a full-time speaking career. And I want to teach you this stuff, but I need you to register and be a part of my 5-day challenge. It's called the Monetize Your Message Challenge, so that way I can help you to cultivate your gift, your talent, your ability, your skill, your message, your story, and take all of what you have and package it professionally for the professional speaking industry, which is really the meetings industry. We're not just in the speaking industry, you're in the meetings industry. And let me prove that to you. All around the country, there are meetings that are being held in hotels and conference centers all over the planet. Literally, as the conference that I'm speaking for is happening, there's multiple other conferences and meetings that are happening in this same hotel. And you can tell why, because they got banners, they got booths, they got setups, they got all this stuff. This is for a completely different conference than what I'm here to speak for, right? So if you're smart, then when you're at your own event, you're gonna learn about the other organizations that are also at the same hotel that you're at, so you can get their contact information, follow up with them, find out when their annual conference is, and submit yourself to speak for their conference as well. That's a smart power play. Come here, I want to show you something. This is considered a breakout session room. Now, I have to teach you a powerful lesson. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this breakout session happens to be right next to the gym we just left. But I think this is such a huge lesson for speakers. You have to master the small things before you're given the big stages. If I was you, if you're a new speaker, if you're a beginning speaker, if you're just kind of really trying to get your feet wet and develop a brand and develop a name for yourself, I would go to as many statewide, local, and national conferences as possible, and I would submit myself to speak in breakout sessions. The reason why breakout session speaking is so powerful is because it gives you a chance in a small room like this, it's probably gonna see 50, 60 people, to get a chance to give a powerful presentation in a room like this. Now, if you do a good job in a room like this, then guess what's gonna happen? The people in this room are gonna tell the people that are in charge of booking the keynote speakers for the main ballroom, which is where I'm gonna be. And because I was faithful over small rooms like this, God gave me bigger doors like the big ballrooms. Scripture says if you're faithful over the few things, God will make you ruler over many things. So this is another massive play. If you want to monetize your message, speak for as many conferences and do breakout sessions at conferences, right? Get your name out there. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of breakout sessions are not gonna pay you to do a breakout session presentation because it's kind of like a workshop, right? And there's multiple concurrent breakout sessions happening at the same time. But it gets you speaking, it gets you presenting, it gets you sharing your message, sharing your PowerPoint, sharing your intellectual property, sharing your knowledge and information. And then the people in this room can refer you to the people that make the big decisions about booking the keynote speaker for the main ballroom plenary sessions of that same conference. I remember speaking for a conference for 2 or 3 years, and after 2 or 3 years of doing breakout sessions, they asked me to speak in the main conference in the big ballroom and be the keynote speaker. So big doors open when you're faithful over the little doors. It's an important lesson I want to remind you of if you really want to monetize your message and take it to that next level. So we've made it here to downtown Nashville. We're just going to kind of do a little bit of walk and stroll here. I want to answer some of you all's questions because you guys asked me some fantastic questions regarding the speaking industry and what it means to have a successful speaking career. So one of the first questions that was asked was, how do you know when you're ready for your first speaking engagement? And for me, I think the answer to that question is simple. When you have crafted a great message that other organizations need, and you know that they're ready to hear your presentation, that's when you know that you're ready to give your first talk, right? So I would really encourage you to really work on your craft, work on your message, work on your presentation, and build it out in such a way that it creates a demand for your message in the marketplace. Another question that someone asked me was, how many times should you give free presentations before you start charging? Well, guess what? That depends, right? I think you should give enough free presentations to where you really feel like you've mastered your content in such a way where you really feel worthy of charging in front of an audience. Another thing I think is important is really getting clear about the fact that when you charge, you're not charging for the value that you bring to that hour. You're charging for the end outcome that you give to that customer and that client. Does that make sense? So think about it more so like that, not so much like, okay, well, how much do I charge for 1 hour of my time? Think about the transformation that you're making for the audience, for the client, and that's what's most important, okay? So I just wanted to drop that on you guys. This is really kind of cool stuff here. So Dr. Judy Shaw asked a phenomenal question. She said, how will I know that I'm going to succeed as a keynote speaker? Well, I think that there's several answers to that question. Number one, the first thing that you got to do if you know you want to succeed in this is find someone who's already done it well and someone who can be a model and example for you. Once you found that model and example, then you got to say, okay, hey, how can I learn from that person? And as I'm learning from that person, am I really absorbing what they're teaching me, and am I applying it? And do I have a passion to help people? Do I have a passion to help organizations? And do I have a passion to solve problems for humanity using my message and my story and my strategies and my techniques and my ideas? Once you know those things and you're willing to learn both the presentation side of this business and the business side of this business, then I think you've got the ingredients to have a successful career in speaking. You got to decide which model that you want as well. That's one of the reasons why I want you to join our 5-day challenge, the Monetize Your Message Challenge, because we teach you the 8 different speaker models, the 8 different ways you can do the speaking industry, and it's really powerful and profound, and you'll learn exactly which way you want to do this industry, whether you want to do it as a keynote speaker or a trainer or an internet sensation or a product creator or a service provider or a seminar promoter or there's so many different ways to do this business. So you got to decide which one you want to do. Pick a path, pick a model, pick a mentor, commit to the process, and see it all the way through. Another question you guys asked me was, what are the skills? What are the requirements to be a successful entrepreneur? I've been an entrepreneur for 22 years as of this documentary, and I wish I had read a book on what it took to be an entrepreneur before I got started. And I did read some great books at the very beginning of my journey, but I would say a couple things that it takes if you really want to be a successful entrepreneur is creativity, imagination, willingness to do the work, willingness to constantly learn, willingness to constantly invest in the best mentoring and coaching and training, the willingness to constantly sharpen your saw, discover new talents and skills, consistently being excellent at what you do and delivering in the marketplace over and over and over again. I think that's another huge key to success if you really want to be an entrepreneur. And really picking a path and following that path all the way through to completion no matter what. I think that's another key to success as an entrepreneur. And being willing to change it up, right? Like be amazing, be awesome, but always be finding new ways to up level your game and provide new things. Social media is constantly changing, digital marketing is constantly changing. So you got to constantly be on the cutting edge of what's working today, what's working now, knowing what that is and building that into your business and building that into your brand.